All right, kiddo, settle in. Tonight's story isn't about dragons or space pirates, though it's got a bit of both if you squint. No, this one's a cautionary tale, a real honest-to-goodness don't ever invade Earth kind of story, especially not Sunnydale, California. Trust your old man on this. I've seen things that would make a grown Vorthax weep, and they don't even have tear ducts. This all went down a while back, before your time. Before humanity got its act together and started sending out proper diplomatic envoys, instead of just, existing, the galaxy, bless its naive little heart, thought we were easy pickings, primitive, technologically stunted. They saw our little blue marble, probably ran some scans, picked up on our quaint little nukes and our even quainter little squabbles, and figured, yeah, we can take that. They were wrong. So wrong. Prologue. A bedtime story, you see. The universe is a big place, full of wonders and horrors, and most of them are pretty predictable. You got your space empires, your rogue traders, your sentient gas clouds, and then you got Earth. Earth, my little star hopper, is where the universe's rulebook goes to die in a fiery, glorious explosion of sheer, unadulterated weird. And the Vorthax? They were about to learn that lesson the hard way. They were a species of pure, unadulterated logic, you understand? Emotionless, efficient. They thought they had it all figured out. They thought they were the apex predators of the cosmos. They hadn't met Willow Rosenberg. Chapter 1, Warren screws up again now. Every good story needs a villain, and this one's got a real gem, a human no less. Name of Warren Mears. Not exactly a galactic overlord, more like a glorified tech bro with a serious inferiority complex and a penchant for making bad decisions. He'd done something truly awful, see? Something that had nothing to do with spaceships or laser guns, but everything to do with the kind of raw, messy human pain that the Vorthax wouldn't have been able to compute if you fed it into their mainframes with a spoon. He'd killed someone. Tara McClay. And that, my sweet child, was a mistake of cosmic proportions. Warren, being the brilliant strategist he was, immediately panicked. He knew what was coming. Not the cops, not even the Slayer. He knew Willow was coming. And when Willow is coming for you, well, let's just say a black hole would have been a preferable alternative. He was desperate, scrambling for any way out, any distraction. And that's when he stumbled upon the Vorthax. He somehow managed to ping their long-range reconnaissance, probably through some cobbled-together, half-baked alien tech he'd stolen or reverse-engineered. The Vorthax, being the logical, data-driven types they were, picked up his distress signal. They analyzed his frantic, fear-laced pleas, filtered out the emotional noise, and processed the raw data. Earth, unstable, magical anomalies detected, potential for benevolent conquest. Warren, the slimy little worm, spun him a yarn about how Earth was on the brink of self-destruction due to unregulated metaphysical energy fluctuations. That's what he called magic. Bless his ignorant heart. He told them the planet was ripe for benevolent conquest, a logical intervention to stabilize the indigenous population. He offered to be their guide, their insider, their little human pet, in exchange for protection. Protection from the very thing he'd unleashed. The Vorthax, with their pristine, emotionless logic, saw only an opportunity for efficient resource management and planetary stabilization. They saw a world teetering on the edge, and a local informant offering a clear path to a clean takeover. They had no idea they were walking into a grief-fueled, magical apocalypse. They thought they were dealing with a primitive species. They thought they were dealing with physics. Chapter 2. The Vorthax. Interrogate the wrong people. The Vorthax, being the masters of stealth and precision they imagined themselves to be, launched their initial assault. No grand, flashy orbital bombardments, no city-leveling laser shows. They went for a surgical strike, a quiet infiltration. Their cloaked vessels, probably using some fancy metamaterial or plasma stealth, slipped through Earth's defenses like a whisper. Their target? Sunnydale High School, specifically the library. They figured, logically, that the central hub of information, the place where the command-level humans gathered, would be the most efficient place to begin their pacification efforts. So, they beamed down a squad of their elite, multi-limbed, chrome-plated enforcers right into the heart of it. And who did they find? Not the military brass, not the world leaders. They found Xander, Giles, Anya, and Dawn, the Scooby Gang, minus the two most dangerous ones. The Vorthax, with their cold, calculating optics, probably registered them as elderly male, young adult male, adult female, possibly demonic, and juvenile female. They had no idea they'd just captured the most exasperating, sarcastic, and utterly uninterrogatable group of individuals in the entire solar system. The chrome-plated alien, its voice a synthesized monotone, began its interrogation. Identify yourselves. State your strategic affiliations. Provide data on planetary defense protocols. Xander, who was currently trying to dislodge a piece of alien tech from his hair, just snorted. Strategic affiliations? Buddy, you picked Sunnydale. That's adorable. You want a latte while you die screaming? Giles, ever the picture of British exasperation, adjusted his spectacles. Really, Xander, must you be quite so American about it? He then turned to the Vorthax. Look, chaps, I understand you're new here. Bit of a faux pas, really. Coming to Earth, I mean, especially here. Anya, ever practical, chimed in. Yeah, this town, it's got a hellmouth. You know, a portal to demon dimensions? We get like 3 apocalypses before breakfast. You guys are just Tuesday. The Vorthax unit's optical sensors flickered, processing the unexpected data. Hellmouth? Demonic dimensions? These terms do not correlate with known scientific principles. Dawn, who was probably more annoyed about missing her favorite show than being abducted, rolled her eyes. Oh, you guys are science aliens? That's cute. You're going to have a bad time. Indeed, Giles agreed, a grim satisfaction in his voice. You see, your advanced technology, while impressive, operates on a fundamental misunderstanding of this planet. You're looking for quantifiable threats, military installations, energy signatures. You're not looking for metaphysics. Our analysis indicates a low-level technological threat, the Vorthax stated, its voice devoid of inflection. Humanity possesses no known faster-than-light travel, no planetary defense grid, no significant energy weaponry. Xander barked a laugh. Oh, yeah, we don't need 'em. We got something better. Something you guys wouldn't even register on your fancy little scanners. Our sensors are calibrated for all known energy spectrums, the Vorthax insisted. Oh, I'm sure they are, Giles said, a dry chuckle escaping him. But you see, magic here isn't just energy, it's will, it's emotion. It's something that augments nature, transforms energy, but it doesn't play by your physics rules. Anya nodded. Yeah, like if you try to make fire, you got to take it from somewhere else. Conservation of energy, right? But Willow? She just makes it, or, unmakes things, whatever she feels like. And your biggest problem? Xander leaned in, a conspiratorial grin spreading across his face. Isn't the Slayer. Buffy's tough, sure, but she's got rules. She's got a code. She's got feelings. He paused for dramatic effect. No, your biggest problem is Willow. And right now, Willow's got no rules, no code, and a whole lot of feelings. Chapter 3, Willow arrives meanwhile. Willow wasn't exactly having a banner day. She was at Tara's grave, the fresh earth, a stark, brutal reminder of everything Warren had taken from her. Grief, raw and consuming, was a living thing inside her, twisting, churning, and with it, magic. Not the neat, tidy spells from Giles's books, not the controlled, focused energy she'd learned to wield. This was something primal, something ancient. Something that didn't need incantations or ingredients. It just was. The Vorthax, having received the command-level human's assessment of a Willow entity, decided, logically, that this individual posed a potential threat. A tactical strike team equipped with their most advanced energy dampeners and neural disruptors was dispatched. They approached the cemetery with the silent efficiency of a predator. Their sensors, designed to detect and neutralize any known energy signature, registered nothing out of the ordinary. Just a human female standing by a grave. Willow turned. She didn't speak. She didn't gesture. She just looked. And in that instant, the Vorthax strike team ceased to be. Their advanced energy dampeners, designed to nullify any known form of power, simply disintegrated. Not exploded. Not short-circuited. They unraveled, atom by atom, into nothingness. Their neural disruptors, meant to incapacitate and control, went silent, their complex internal mechanisms melting into slag. The chrome-plated bodies of the Vorthax soldiers, moments before paragons of technological might, froze, not from a stun blast, from sheer, unadulterated terror. A sensation their logical minds had no framework for. Their optical sensors, the last things to fail, reflected the glowing, wrathful eyes of Dark Willow, a silent scream echoing through their internal comms. High above, the Vorthax fleet watched. Their data feeds, usually a pristine stream of quantifiable information, suddenly corrupted. Anomalous energy spikes, unexplained material dissolution, the complete instantaneous cessation of a fully equipped tactical unit. Their logical processors screamed impossibility. Their hive mind, for the first time in its existence, experienced something akin to horror. Willow didn't speak. She didn't have to. The message was clear. Chapter 4, The Scoobies explained back in the library. The captured Scoobies watched the Vorthax interrogator's multifaceted eyes flicker, its internal processors clearly struggling with the incoming data. A low, guttural sound, something akin to a digital choke, emanated from its vocalizer. Unidentified energy signature. Unit dissolution. Tactical team non-responsive. Xander leaned back, a smug look on his face. Told ya. That's Willow. Giles sighed, running a hand over his face. Yes, well, she's had a rather eventful few days. You see, she was already quite powerful. Even before this, she once defeated a hell god, you know, on a good day. The Vorthax unit tilted its head, a gesture of confusion. Data indicates no known hell gods in this planetary system. Furthermore, the energy signature detected is unprecedented. Is this Willow an augmented human? A genetic anomaly? Anya snorted. Augmented genetic anomaly? Honey, she's just really pissed off. Dawn nodded sagely. Yeah, she's like super smart too. And when she gets mad, she just does things. Indeed, Giles continued, almost enjoying the alien's obvious distress. Her power, you see, is deeply tied to her emotional state. And right now, her emotional state is, well, it's a bit like a supernova in a teacup. A very angry teacup. She once flayed a guy alive, Xander added casually, name of Warren, right before she incinerated him. Poof, gone. The Vorthax unit paused. Flayed, incinerated, this Warren, what kind of name is Warren? Just then, a new data stream flooded the Vorthax's internal network, a live feed direct from one of their reconnaissance drones, now hovering precariously over a suburban street. The image flickered, then stabilized. There, suspended midair, was a human male. His skin, or what was left of it, was peeling away, not in strips, but as if it were simply unzipping. Muscles, tendons, bone, all exposed in gruesome detail. The Vorthax, with their logical anatomical precision, registered every nerve ending, every twitch of agony. It was a biological impossibility, a violation of all known physical laws. And then a figure entered the frame. Willow. Her eyes glowed with an unholy emerald light. Her hair, once a vibrant red, was now a cascade of inky black, and dark veins pulsed beneath her skin. She looked at the flayed, screaming Warren. Her lips barely moved, bored now. And Warren Mears, the petty human villain who had brought an alien invasion to Earth to cover his tracks, simply ceased to exist, vaporized. Not a trace, not even ash, just gone. The Vorthax interrogator recoiled, its multifaceted eyes wide with a new, terrifying understanding. The data stream, once a logical flow of information, was now a torrent of raw, unfiltered terror. Chapter 5, The Galaxy's Worst First Contact. The Vorthax hive mind, a vast interconnected network of pure logic and data, experienced a sensation it had never encountered before. Not fear, not pain, not even anger. It was something far worse, far more alien to their perfectly ordered existence. Raw, unadulterated human emotion. The terror of their dying soldiers, the agony of Warren, the cold, boundless wrath of Willow. It flooded their collective consciousness like a corrupted data packet, overwhelming their logical processors. Their data feed, usually so pristine, became a chaotic mess of screaming static. Panic, a concept entirely foreign to their logical framework, rippled through the fleet. Ships malfunctioned. Navigation systems went haywire. Weapons arrays locked up, then fired wildly into the void. Their meticulously planned invasion, designed for maximum efficiency and minimal emotional expenditure, collapsed from psychic dread alone. Willow, now a beacon of incandescent wrath, wasn't done. She walked through walls, not teleporting, but simply unmaking the concept of a wall in her path. Reality itself seemed to ripple around her, bending to her will. She casually reminded them, with every impossible step, every silent, devastating act of power, that some humans didn't need starships to burn a planet. She could just think it. Their advanced sensors, which had failed to register magic as a threat, now registered the very fabric of space-time screaming in agony. Their logical algorithms, designed to predict and counter, found no data points for a being that could simply will things out of existence. They were facing a force that defied their understanding of physics, of warfare, of existence itself, and it was all because a pathetic human named Warren had picked the absolute worst possible day to get himself flayed. Chapter 6. Xander drops the mic. The Vorthax interrogator, its chrome plating now visibly vibrating, stared at Xander. Its internal systems were still trying to process the concept of board now as a weapon. Xander, ever the showman, leaned forward, a triumphant, slightly manic grin on his face. "And you know what the funny part is," he said, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "That's not even our best weapon." He paused, letting the words hang in the air, letting the Vorthax's logical processors churn, trying to find a rational explanation for what could possibly be more terrifying than a grief-fueled reality bender. "If you want to survive this," Xander finished, his voice now a low, dangerous growl, "pray Buffy doesn't find out you were here. And that, my little one, is why you never, ever mess with Earth, especially not when a guy named Warren is involved. Now, go to sleep, and try not to dream of chrome-plated aliens screaming, or flayed skin, or really, really angry witches. Sweet dreams."